Last, and this is important, retention. Retention sucks, okay? It'd be great if nobody held retention. Somewhere, somehow in this world, the industry is going to figure out how to eliminate retention and therefore give everybody a better chance to succeed. But in the meantime, here's what you need to know. Retainage and retention payments are something that you have to manage around. So let's just assume there's retention on the project. Let's assume you get paid the retention at the end of the job like normal. And let's assume you have not negotiated any different or special terms to that. That is going to be the least advantageous situation for you for the project. Why? Well, if someone holds back 5 or 10% of the contract value from you till you're done, finished, ultimately with the whole project, and even more so when the whole project is done, that puts you at a disadvantage because you're not going to have as much cash coming off that project to you for you to be able to use. So what does that do? Well, it means that you're going to have to use money from other places to help run the project. It means you're not going to break even. If you're getting less money off of the project, it's going to take you longer to make that project cash flow positive or sustaining itself than it would be if you got your retainage payments. And lastly, a lot of your profit is probably tied up in retainage. I mean, look, if the average subcontractor can invoice or can bid a project at a margin between 15 and 25%, well, then that means your retainage at 10% is going to be anywhere from 66 to as much as 50% sometimes. So your profit. So that means a lot of your profit's being held up in there, which means it's going to be harder for you to use any money off of that job to use for anything else in your business other than job-related costs, labor, material, etc. So here's what you need to know. When you're building that project cash flow, and I'm coming back to that project cash flow again, when you're building that project cash flow, you got to build it without the retainage. You got to assume that retainage isn't coming because it's not going to come in terms of cash flow along the way to help you. So here's what you got to do. Take the retainage off and then estimate out how you're going to receive those dollars. But contractually, there's things you can do. Maybe you can negotiate to receive your retainage when your scope of work is done instead of when the project's done. Maybe you can negotiate to receive your retainage 30 days after you're done and complete and off the project, 60 days off the project. That way you don't have to sit around until the very end when the last trade is off that job, things that you can't control. Perhaps you can invoice for retainage or 50% of your retainage or 25% of your retainage when you get to a certain milestone. Maybe when you've received 50% of the contract value, you're entitled to 50% of the retainage. Those are things that you can negotiate up front in your contract, and you should be, I'm encouraging you to, and you should be willing to do that. Anything that can de-risk the project for you, and candidly, let's be honest, you're asking for money that's already in your contract. You're asking for money that you've already earned. You shouldn't ask for money up front when you haven't earned the retainage yet. But if you've earned the retainage, then you should ask for it. It doesn't mean someone's going to give it to you, but if you don't even ask, then that's on you. So contractually, think about how you invoice for retainage. Think about the terms in which you put your retainage at, when you can invoice for it, and any milestone you can get to that allows you to get some of that retainage sooner than later is a positive thing. I encourage you to do that. And by having a cash flow tool and knowing what your cash flow is of the project, you can plan for that in the best possible way to maximize your success and avoid any confusion or stress for you.